Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Share. I'm Tati, and this is Dear Tati. My first question is from Sandra. She is from Pembroke Pines, Florida. She's 30, and she says, Dear Tati, I have an oily T-zone on my cheeks just next to my nostrils. My skin is not oily when I'm not wearing makeup, but when I do wear makeup, I'm a shiny mess. I've been using primer, and that worked wonders when I had to go to Chicago last week, but in the warm weather, it doesn't help me keep the foundation to stay put for hours. So my question is, what should I do to help my foundation to stay put? Please help me with what primer to use. All right, Sandra, I am going to be the bearer of bad news. You're in Florida, it's a very humid state, and that is your challenge number one, and why you saw a difference. Obviously, in colder weather, your skin is not going to behave the same way. So when you are in a humid climate, you definitely want to take extra steps to make sure that your makeup stays put. And if I was on a photo shoot doing makeup for a model in Florida, I would definitely do a few things instead of just one thing. So it's kind of a whole team comes together and helps that makeup to completely be budge proof. This is not going to take you a very long time. It's going to be a couple extra steps. Throw them in the mix of your makeup routine and you will see a huge difference. So step number one is to use a mattifying primer, and you can use something that is for super oily skin. Even though you don't have oily skin, just put it on your T-zone. So you can fan it around the nostrils with a concealer brush. You can bring it up here a little bit in between the eyebrows, on the nose, down on the chin. Basically the areas that you want to lock and prevent that oil from coming up on the skin, but then skip your drier areas. Now, when you are using your foundation, this is a step that a lot of people don't take. I see all the time that women are really afraid to use powder, and they're afraid to use it generously because they feel that they will just look like a cakey mess, and that could not be further from the truth. What you want to do is press the powder in. My favorite is a loose powder. You can pick up the Coty Airspun from the drugstore for around $7. Get yourself a velour puff. A lot of different makeup lines make them, and make sure that you are pressing the product into the skin rather than wiping it everywhere. This is going to make sure that that foundation is completely set into the skin, and that it doesn't matter how humid it is outside, you're not going to get that shiny kind of weird situation where your makeup moves around. So when you use anything cream, you want to set it with some powder. Now, you might look in the mirror and go, I look like a powdery, cakey mess. This is where your third and final kind of long wear item comes into play. You definitely want to invest in a setting spray. Not only will this allow your makeup to last longer and wear better, but it is going to take some of that powdery look away from the skin and make things look really natural, like you just have the most even toned, perfect skin of all time. So I use those steps on a daily basis, whether I'm doing a natural look, a smoky eye, no matter what city I'm in. I always prime, press the powder in, and use a setting spray. Try it out, and I promise you, you will see some great results. This next question comes from Andrea in Anaheim, California. Dear Tati, first off, I want to say how much I love your videos and your personality. I met you last year on a panel at VidCon, and that definitely made my year. I absolutely remember meeting you, and thank you so much for saying hi. I love meeting subscribers, and connecting with you guys in person is one of the greatest things ever. Lately, I have been thinking about the whole idea of love. I've been thinking, is it worth it to invest your time, energy, and feelings into something that potentially never lasts? Please help me out. I have a few thoughts on this, okay? Love and choosing to love is always a good thing. Now, giving your love away to someone that doesn't deserve it, that's not what I'm saying. But choosing to love regardless of whether things are going to end bad or good or whatever, it's very scary when you get into a new relationship, especially if it's great, to think, oh my gosh, there's no guarantee in life, like this could end badly. And the reality is none of us really know what's going to happen, but I always think, that quote, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And that is so true in so many different situations, whether it's relationships with girlfriends that maybe you grew apart because as adults you like different things, pets that you've had that have passed on, just anything, like anything that you loved that you lost, if you look back, it's always worth that experience of giving love. And I definitely think that you want to make sure, especially when it's a romantic situation, to know that you're ready to give love and it's not about just receiving it. I know you are young, and I think that, you don't need to put your whole life into someone else's hands to be in love or to be a part of a relationship. So make sure that you are not sacrificing what you're pursuing in life, your career, your family. Don't give all of your time to one person. That is never healthy. But if you are into someone and you want to potentially see where it goes and you can keep a balance, then go for it. Explore that. It is so amazing that we get to love people and that they love us back, and that's what the world is all about. That is what life is all about, in my opinion. So I don't think it is a lost cause at all. And keep this in mind, you're gonna have to kiss a lot of frogs maybe before you find your prince. I know that I had a lot of heartbreak along the way, but I eventually found someone so perfect for me. So I hope that can be inspiring. If you're looking around and you're just hearing people complain about breaking up and that love never lasts and it can feel really heavy, just know that everybody else's situation is not yours. And there you have it. Go find some love. And that brings us to the close of this week's Dear Tati. I hope you guys continue asking questions. Please email me at deartati@glamlifeguru.com. I read every single one of these emails and I love it, so please keep them coming. Make sure you are subscribed to the Daily Share so you don't miss any future episodes, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Mwah!